Don't do much better than this, folks. Saco River. God, I love it here.
Hey everybody, how you doing? John Bonham here, Cape Cod Wet Shaving. Alright, I'm back. Gonna be a great shave. This is gonna be a longer video. I decided on that going in to do this. I've been trying to cut back on the length of time. However, in this case, I wanted to do a video and I wanted to take my time and enjoy it and talk. So I'll be doing that. Got back from New Hampshire. This fits the shave, I do believe, quite well. Baby doing his thing again. Coffee of the day. Smoked butterscotch from Starbucks. Not a huge Starbucks fan, but I saw this, never heard of it, picked it up in New Hampshire. Have never seen it here, ever. Like, it says limited edition, I've never heard of it. But I think this is my favorite Starbucks I've ever had, aside from the Christmas holiday blend, of which they have two, and I like the blue. So, that's what I'll be drinking. This video will be uploaded later. I have enough time to film this. It's going to be a busy day. It's been busy since we got back. So I'll upload it at some point, probably in the afternoon. Maybe even the evening. We shall see. So let's get into this shave, all right? I was thinking of doing a review. Decided not to. This will be more of a first impression kind of free shave deal. It is a new release from one of my favorite artisans. Here, I'll just show you. It's Top of the World. Collaboration from Catie's Bubbles and Teton Shaves. A guy named Matt and Chris, all right? Matt, I don't know too well. Chris is an awesome guy. You guys know Catie Bubbles. That's why I was like, don't really need a review. Chris has one of the best vegan bases out there. I'll just be talking about the scent, which I think this is going to be a good one. Fits perfectly. I just came out of the White Mountains, so I had so many opportunities to get a photo. At the top of something high for Top of the World, I didn't get a chance because it was at home waiting for me, so I will be taking this with me next time. But see, matches pretty well, doesn't it? Bretton Woods is really up there. It's getting into the boonies. The Saco River, which is the major river in that area where we were. We were in North Conway, Bartlett, Jefferson. There's a town up further up north getting towards the Canadian border. And Bretton Woods is right there at the source of the Saco River. So I'll be chasing it with this. I do have the matching splash for that. Like I said, I was going to do a review thing, but since it's not a review, I'm going to go all out. And I pulled out some stuff I'm going to be using along with the shave that I haven't used in a while. This is Bulldog. Is it beard oil? Yeah, beard oil. I'm going to use that for pre-shave. I don't have that on yet. I'll have to pause and throw that on so I'm not sitting there for a few minutes letting that soak in. Aftershave balm. I'm excited to use this one. It's eucalyptus and tea tree, okay? The scent notes of Top of the World are eucalyptus, camphor. Camphor is cool. I'm going to start looking more into soaps that have this. Camphor is a very kind of menthol heavy, it's a tree. So if you squeeze it, from what I've read, you could just take the twigs and the leaves and squeeze it and just smell, and it smells like Vicks. Someone had said it smells like mothballs. I don't agree with that. I don't like the smell of mothballs, but I like the smell of camphor. I'm quite sensitive to the smell of mothballs. Can't stand them, okay? So anyway, that's camphor, ozone, aquatic, florals, moss, vetiver, woods, musk, and geosmin. Okay, geosmin, I like. It's basically wet earth, wet pavement. Fun little fact, you cannot smell geosmin until it's wet. So, very cool. Kind of like light is invisible until it hits something. Very interesting, right? So, this is going to be a good shave. So, because of that eucalyptus, and I get the piney eucalyptus right up front out of the jar, that's why I wanted to use this. Eucalyptus and tea tree. It's going to go well with that, I believe. And I'm actually going to use an EDP. And I'm going to be using Atlantis Deep. Fit for two reasons, in my opinion. There is marine. Oh, memory serves. I'm not going to remember all the scent notes. I know for a fact there's eucalyptus marine. It's Atlantis. There's one specifically other scent note, vetiver, that's in this. So I thought that would go well with it, plus top of the world and deep underwater. Thought that was cool. So 4.5 minutes. Says it's going to be long. So I do have a decent amount of growth. I haven't really shaved a lot to the latter part of the vacation and when I got home. The only Teton Shaves brush I have, it's a big boy, 30 millimeter tuxedo, not synthetic. And I will be using, any chance I have to break these out, Fatip is one of my favorite razor brands. This is the Fatip Il Grande Originale. And it's the open comb, because I got a lot of growth. And that's a second use Aster Green inside there. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to wet my face. I'm going to throw on some pre-shave oil, let that soak in, and I'll be right back. Okay? All right, so I got it soaking in now. So this stuff's pretty good. Bulldog. It's all, says it's 100% natural. Where is it? With natural ingredients, not 100%. With natural ingredients, excuse me. It has a very light tea tree kind of medicinal smell to it. I like it. It's very viscous because it's beard oil, but should work pretty well. I've only used it a handful of times. That's why I wanted to break it out again. I like how I matched everything up with this shave. So let's get to lather. All right. I haven't used this yet. There's the pour. And this is a soap, not one of his creams. I need to break out a Sunday brunch. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, sorry. It's in here huffing it. All right, so what I'm going to do for this shave, I have some photos I'm going to throw up. I'll do my usual stand aside thing, and I might just superimpose some over my face. I'll decide while I'm editing. We'll see. Oh, and I have my little blue bowl that I found at Home Goods that actually lathers quite well, believe it or not. Yeah. Straight hair. I hate that. So I might superimpose some photos, but I'm going to throw some photos up. Let's see here. I wrote down some notes just as far as, like I always do, I write down scent notes. My card fell over. So one thing we got to do kind of that didn't pan out like I wanted it to was we went to Mount Washington. So Mount Washington is the tallest peak in New England. I think it might be the whole eastern seaboard. I might be wrong there. But I do know it's the tallest peak in New England. And a lot of cars here have a bumper sticker that says this car climbed Mount Washington. And the thing about that, as it turns out, we were right in front of the mountain. Okay, there's a photo I took because we were right at the base. And turns out Mount Washington, the road up there, takes you about an hour and 15 minutes to get up there. It's a narrow road with absolutely no guardrails. And seeing as how we had just checked out of our motel, it was supposed to be one last little hurrah before we headed home. And it was only 40 minutes from where our condo was that we rented, our townhome. We thought we would swing by and take a look. Well, Abigail, my daughter, wanted to go. I wanted to go. My two oldest boys wanted to go. Jessica was like, no way, Jose. Connor, my 13-year-old, was like, nope, because he's scared of heights, as am I, but only live once, right? So there's no guardrail. It's very windy. And on the way down, you actually share the road, this windy road with no guardrail, with people coming down as well. And there's actually stops on the way down for you to hose your brakes off. You have to keep it in first gear and just tap your brakes occasionally. And I was like, why don't we plan on coming back and doing that in its own right? And just, we won't bring both cars and all that. So, interesting. So that was Mount Washington. God, we did a lot of stuff. Just 1 second. I'll show you the lather here. I added too much water already. We did a lot of stuff. So for those who do know New Hampshire pretty well, it's a beautiful state. The motto of the state is live free or die. Now the thing about New Hampshire is anytime we leave after we vacation there, I'm downright depressed that we left. Not just darn, back to the daily grind. Vacation's over. I mean, there's that certainly, but I am legitimately upset to leave. It feels like home. So, Jess has got her retirement coming up from the military. And we went to a town called Jefferson, which is, there's this theme park called Santa's Village. They played Christmas carols the entire time we were there. It was awesome. And it was in this town called Jefferson. And Jefferson is mostly farmland. And I ended up chit-chatting with an employee there, an older gentleman who bought 40 acres of land in Jefferson. And was telling me how military people are moving up there just to be left alone. And Jess and I got to talking, and I'll be damned, I think we might be moving up to New Hampshire here in the next couple of years. We will see. Cape Cod wet shaving would not be Cape Cod based anymore. I've only told a handful of people this. And when I say a handful, I mean like 3. And one of my best friends, Chad, asked me, scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you? And I said, we've always been at like a 2, but I think this time we're like a 6. And I made Jess promise not to forget this. Just get caught up in life and just let this be like a wishful thinking thing. Because we've always been scared to death about her getting out because we're so used to the military life. And this is the first thing that we've talked about that makes sense and everything seems to fit. So we'll see. Alright, so having said that, this is my first video and first shave home. Where the hell did there we go, put my brush. And so I'm going to savor it. I apologize that it's long. You can feel free to skip ahead. But let me talk about this soap. Oh my gosh, it is very piney. I love eucalyptus, man. I love it. It's so good. Let me show you the lather I'm going to be working with. Still a teeny bit saturated with water, but there you go. Yogurty. That eucalyptus and camphor is right there. Very nice. I'm getting more ozone than I am aquatics. Honestly. Teeny bit of that muskiness. I like that. If you go to catiesbubbles.com, he put musks singular, or plural, excuse me, and he puts florals. I'm going to guess there's a little bit of lily of the valley in there. I don't think there's not gardenia. What's the G one? Maybe it is gardenia. There's one with a G that I'm thinking of. That's big when you want florals. Oh, that's good. Geranium, that's what I was thinking of, geranium. I think there's some lily in the valley in there. That's very nice. Very nice. I know I come on here and I like every single one of his that I've done on camera, but I just like his stuff, man. It's so unique. That blue share was killer. I'm going to do another video with that. That really bothers me. One of the rare times I did a video I wasn't happy with that I didn't upload. Because I'll do videos that I don't think are great, I've made mistakes in. I'll cut myself, all that. I'll still upload it. But that one, it would have been a waste of everyone's time. I just stood there just staring at myself and shaved. There was no point. I didn't do it justice. I just kept repeating, wow, this smells good. Wow, this smells great. This smells good. Baby, I hear scampering. I don't know if anyone's a Stephen King fan. The Langoliers. Craig Toomey, you're scampering. See how my mind works? As a Langoliers, God, I remember reading that. It scared the piss out of me when I was younger. Then they made that god-awful series, straight to TV thing, where what's his face? Was it Belky from Perfect Strangers played Craig Toomey, which I thought was an odd casting choice. Because he's hilarious in Perfect Strangers, and he's hilarious in Beverly Hills Cop when he plays Selge. Anyway, has nothing to do with this. Sorry. So I do get a lot of the Camphor, which I like. This is not menthol heavy, by the way, if that's what you were wondering. It is not. There's a teeny tiny bit. If there's Camphor, naturally, there's going to be some. But it's not going to... I mean, if anyone's used Prorazo Blue, there's a little bit, enough menthol for you to notice. It's less than that. It's enough that you know it's there, but it is not going to freeze your face off. Yep, that looks like, yeah, whatever. I'll even it up later, my sideburns. So this is very pleasant. It's basically what you would picture for the label and the description. Here at the top of a misty mountain with trees on it and stuff. What am I looking for here on my brush again? Why do I keep losing my brush on the counter here? It's very good. It is a fougere. I'm pretty sure Chris had said it's a fougere. But it's very piney. Minutes. Not terrible. Oh, I need to do another picture. One second. Went against the grain before I was ready. All right. So my daughter is very much the tomboy. Very much the tomboy. She actually, we were at a water park and she fell. She slipped and fell on the stairs running. And she was on her way up to a water slide, and it's a water slide where you take a tube up with you. And she had the tube around her, and so when she fell, it hampered the way she landed, and she put her hands down, and the way she landed, her face went forward, and she actually banged the bridge of her nose on the stair, the edge of the stair, along with her shin and like one of her elbows, and she was in a bad way. So in this photo, you can see where she was injured. Poor baby. But one of the things before we even left to go on vacation, she had said was, can we please go hiking? Because she and I went hiking on the Cape and she loved it. And she and I are the only two that would go camping and sleep on the ground. Everyone else wants a cabin. I'm like, dude, I'll pitch a tent. We'll build a fire. We'll go, we'll rough it. So I did a live while I was in New Hampshire, and we were up on the top of a cliff face, and it's called Cathedral Ledge. I should have looked up how high it is. It's up there, pretty high. I mean, probably from ground level to where we were was probably, I'm gonna guess 200, no, not 200, excuse me, 800 feet. I'll say between 800 and 1,000. And here's the photo. That's Cathedral Ledge, okay? So you can see that fence there. That's not a tall fence. It's like 3 feet up. You could easily hop over that. I was very surprised. But that's just a sheer cliff face going straight down. You can see the edge of it. It meanders around. And behind me, where I was taking that photo, it did the same thing. So it's just a sheer drop. There's people who climb that, by the way. So that's Cathedral Ledge. That's where that live was. She and I went hiking. We actually drove to the road that leads you up to Cathedral Ledge, and we parked and stopped. And there's actually trails everywhere on both sides of that road. So we parked and we actually hiked up boulders and just really, I mean, the slope never went, I'd say not 40, about 30 degrees. And 30-degree slope the whole way up, sometimes more, until we reach the base of those cliffs. So I might throw up a photo. You know what? I'll take a photo. Here's a photo of my daughter. It's a photo of my little girl right when we got to the base of those cliffs. We were able to go up a little higher. But at the start of those cliffs, you could see where people had made they had moved rocks around to make, stepping areas to keep climbing up. Which we did. Don't tell her mom. And in fact, we went so high up. We were going up these rocks. I mean, I was getting nervous. I'm like, how are we going to get back down here? Oop, nicked myself. Got my mole. I'm like, how the heck are we going to get back down? We did. I had to go first and help my daughter down. We went so high up. We stopped and I hear this jangling noise. I'm like, what the hell is that noise? And I turn and look up. I'm wearing a wife beater tank top, and she's wearing shorts and a t-shirt and Crocs with socks. I was wearing slip-ons. And I look up at the noise, and it's a mountain climber wearing a helmet. And all the carabiners and gear, the climbing rig that she was wearing was jangling. And she's looking down at us like that. Because here's this, she's prepared to, go up a cliff. And here we just free climbed, me and this little girl, up to where the mountain climbers are starting their ascent. So it was kind of funny. And I'm like, honey, we're stopping right here. We're not going any higher than this. Anyway, so the reason I tell you that is because since we weren't going any higher, we decided to stop and rest. And I turn around and look, and there's a break in the trees. And this is what we could see. Not top of the world like Rocky Mountain, but it was up there. And that's probably one of my favorite memories of the whole trip, and hopefully one that my daughter's going to have for quite a while. Sitting on the side of a mountain with her old dad, looking out over that valley. That's the Saco Valley, by the way. But that was just unbelievable how beautiful that was. And how much fun we had. And like I said, I miss it. I mean, I miss it something fierce. And I'm talking like we're going to move here probably to live out our days. We're going to settle. I want some land. I might do some homesteading a little bit. We'll see. I want to get an ATV, a heavy duty one, big enough to get a plow attached to it. Plow our driveway myself. And I think we'll rent out our Cape Cod house. Because you can do really well for yourself. It's really an investment renting out your house here for the summer. It's a vacation place. And that way we'll have the house to go to in the summer when we're not renting it. So we'll see. All right. Here's an approach to one of the mountains. I think we were driving up towards Jefferson, towards Santa's Village. So we started getting out there and the mountains started getting really a lot bigger. So I snapped that photo while we were driving, which is one of my wife's favorite things. And that was a good photo. Good drive. You can just see the exact spot where people, you know, all the tourism was left behind and you were just out there. A lot less people, just where I like it. One more photo. Remember, I'm scared of heights. I went on a Ferris wheel. My daughter and my nephew, Isaiah, went on the Ferris wheel first, and when they came back down after the first time going up, they said the view was unbelievable. You could see all the mountains and everything, so I was like, damn it. Photographer and me. I went on the Ferris wheel by myself, went to the very top, and took a picture like this. Not that bad, but I was like getting all sweaty handed, but it was gorgeous. Anyway, sorry. That's one of the photos. Maybe I'll do two of them. I'll stand here for a minute. There's one. There's two. I was taking a 360 view. These photos don't do it justice either, folks. So, all right. I think myself pretty good on the neck. Look at that. I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. Let me rinse off. Gonna do post shave. Give me 1 sec. All right. Not as bad as I thought. Good stuff. Go ahead and clear off my tub. I even wipe the threads of the jar. I'm very meticulous about my stuff. I'll take the label, wipe it off. I'll inspect the lid. Make sure there's nothing stuck in the threads of the lid. Make sure there's nothing stuck in the threads there. And close it. I left it out, let some of the water evaporate. And that's what I had left, not a lot. All right, splash time. Another place we went to is a place called Diana's Baths. It's a natural formation, whole bunch of rocks, and basically it's a bunch of different layers of these massive boulders and just bedrock and everything just jutting out of the ground. That this tributary, it's a stream, it's not a river, it's something stream, I forget the name of it, but it's a tributary of the Saco, and it flows over all these rocks. And there's one spot in particular that there were these two boulders leaning up against each other, and the stream went through the middle of the boulder and down, and over the centuries had carved a bowl out of this giant rock under it. And I literally just sat in it with the waterfall coming down, and it was, I mean, it's freezing cold because it's mountain water, but it was a cold hot tub, if that makes sense. Just bubbling and white water and all that. It was absolutely fantastic. A lot of fun. For those who don't know, Shannon from Elysium, if you happen to see this, hello Shannon. You'll like this. Although Diana is the Roman equivalent of Artemis, memory serves. Diana is the goddess of the hunt. So they named it, you know, after hunting she'd go chill in these baths, I guess. So they named it Diana's Baths. Oh. That splash is fantastic. So the soap is very alpine throughout, all throughout. If you like pine, you'll like it. Straight up, without a doubt. If you like alpine or anything pine, you'll like this. All the stuff after, the ozone, all that is there, but it's behind the pine and the eucalyptus. I'm going to call it alpine. I like it. Now the splash has more of the marine and some of the musk in it. I like that a lot. Oh, that splash is good, man. The splashes are always so good. Sound like a broken record here. I bought these, by the way. This wasn't free. This was not sent to me for free. And I'm gushing over it. That's why I'm so adamant about saying that I buy this stuff. Is because I don't want to sound like I'm saying I love it because it's, you know, free stuff. I love it because I love it. Out of everything of Chris's I've tried, out of Catie's bubbles that I've tried, there's not one that I don't like. Not one. Oh, that splash is so good. So, vetiver. You're going to get some of the woody and vetiver in it. All right. Sorry. So now for the balm. 30 minutes. I thought this was going to be closer to 40, to be honest with you. I'm not going to do a lot. This is eucalyptus and tea tree. I don't want it to ruin too much. But I'm glad I picked this as the balm. I almost picked a mint balm. And I feel I would have overdone the Camphor if I had picked that one. This is going to reapply some of the eucalyptus that was done away with by the Splash, because the Splash had less, in my opinion. Still piney, but has more of the other stuff in it. Oh man, that's good. I love Edge. Oh, that's good. I like that tea tree. Added to it pretty well. All right. Now for the Coupe de Gracie. Got my ring. The EDP. Let's get my hands. You know what? Let me go ahead and wash some of that off. Residual. Sorry. A buddy of mine said that he uses water. I was talking to him. We were going back and forth, in DMs, and I had said, like, we were talking about when we did videos and when I first started and water sounds during the video. He said he actually uses water as his calling card. He'll do it once in each video specifically for that. I thought that was funny. You know who you are. How you doing, man? Do you see this? Got a kick out of that. All right. This is going to be good. There we go. Speaking of Shannon. Behind the ears, on the wrist. And I'm going to do one teeny one. Woo. On the belly. That was the belly. Promise. It's still cold. Yeah, buddy. What a balance. Oh, that dry down is going to be fantastic. The Atlantis Deep dry down is just mwah, chef kiss. I don't know why I narrated something that was very obvious to you, the viewer. So that was really it. It was just, vacations you don't want to come home from. I mean, you do. Party wants to be home. Obviously, home's where the heart is. But it was a week where something awesome occurred, and that is that my wife and I finally, because for a few years we've been talking about what we were gonna do when she got out, and it would always become, we don't know. We probably can't afford to live here. And we would just leave it at that. And then we'd always go, that's a few years anyways. Well, it is end of July, 2024, as of the filming of this. And she gets out next May, if she wants to. That's 20 years. She can extend for another couple of years, which I think we're going to do. But this is the first time where it's like a light turned on. We were staring into a giant abyss of just black with a big question mark hanging over it. And then off in the distance, a little light clicked on with a path heading down it. Does that make sense? And everything we talked about just made sense. We've done the tourist thing. We lived in Virginia Beach for 4 years. We liked it. Don't get me wrong. I still miss it. We've been here for 14 years. I miss it still. It was a lot of good memories, but it's just a huge touristy popular area. And then we moved here. Huge touristy popular area, but smaller with the huge tourism. And it's just, during summer we have to plan meticulously. If we're going over the bridge, we have 2 bridges. Here, I've mentioned it before, we say going over the bridge. That means you're leaving the Cape. If you do not go by a certain time during tourist season, you're done. You're going to be in traffic for half the time you want to be gone. It's not worth it. Coming back is even worse. So if you want to leave to go do something, do it Thursday. Don't do it Friday. If you do it Friday, do it early, because everyone Friday afternoon into evening is coming on Cape and you're trapped. Just all that. And then while you're here, people litter, they're rude. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And there's nothing more aggravating than going to your own post office, which is within walking distance, and I have to park way over on the other side of the parking lot. You know, it's just, it sounds selfish. We want some peace and quiet, you know. So I think that's what we're going to get finally. All goes well. So we shall see. Anyway, that'll do it. All right, 35 minutes. I'll take it. Thanks for watching, everybody. It was nice, very therapeutic. I always say these are therapeutic, and that's what this one was meant to be more. Oh, there it is. If you like alpine, if you like outdoorsy scents, go get it. I recommend this. Get this on my recommendation 100%. I don't say that very often. I'll say you might like it, or I rarely say I recommend it, I think. Do I say that a lot more than I think I do? I like it. If you like this, go grab it. I'm saying if you like outdoor and you like alpine, you need to go get this, period. Okay? You're going to like it. Especially if you're outdoorsy. Kananaskis Explorer from McDuff's is one of my favorites that McDuff's has ever put out. This is up there, in my opinion. And Pine Barrens. That's another one that's really good. I got to use that on camera. We have a Pine Barrens here in my town. So, anyway, photo op. And that'll do it, everyone. Thank you for watching. I know this is a longer video. Thanks for making it all the way to the end if you did. 36 minutes is a long freaking time to hear me ramble and show photos. But, yep. Also, Atlantis Deep from Elysian Soaps. Still available if you want the quad Fecta. It's the Soap Splash, Balm, and EDP. With hers, I get all four every time. So good. All right. Thank you, everybody. Y'all take care. Be safe. Have a great rest of the summer. Yeah, be good to everybody. Be careful. Enjoy life. It's fun. And as always, enjoy those shaves. Happy shaving, everyone. See you later.